Market waits for the jobless claims at 8:30. I'm Darren, and this is 3 things you need to know for Thursday, December the 7th. Mostly too big to fail bank CEOs spoke to Congress yesterday wanting them to kill the Basel Endgame proposal, saying it will hurt lending, capital markets, and the broader economy. The proposal challenges how banks calculate loss-absorbing capital. Wonder if they're talking more about their personal or U.S. citizens' economy. As Bitcoin soars, BitRIP has finally wound down. Trading ended Monday, and customers are being strongly encouraged to withdraw their assets. Consider this a reminder if you forgot you had some investments there. Norman Lear, producer of The Jeffersons and All in the Family, has passed away at the age of 101. Norman, you have at last moved on up. Rest in peace. Trade while you're sleeping across time zones with Arbitrage Trade Assist. Sign up today at arbitragetrade.com. Arbitrage Trade is your trusted source for business, finance, and tech info.
Why was the basketball court all wet? Because the players kept dribbling on it.
The dad joke. Corny, groan-worthy, but also one of the simplest ways to share a moment with your kids.
What did the buffalo say when he dropped his son off for school? Bye, son.
So take a moment to make your kid laugh, because dad jokes rule. Make your kid laugh today. Go to fatherhood.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
The power of dad. Ari writes, are you a dad? Do you have anxiety? As luck and math would have it, that could work in your child's favor. In a recent small study, it was observed that children raised by fathers who are slightly anxious or depressed tend to raise children with fewer behavioral problems and better test scores. Before you get too excited, it was a small population study of just 61 children and their parents. The father's depression and anxiety were measured during their wife's pregnancy and again when the children were aged between 6 and 8. The results, while having low statistical power, are quite interesting. Children whose fathers reported higher levels of depressive symptoms were able to sit still for longer periods, lost their tempers less frequently, and had good attention spans according to a questionnaire filled out by both parents. These children also had higher IQs according to standardized tests. Why is this interesting? Because the opposite is true for children raised by mothers with depression or anxiety. A paper released in 2018 reviewed 18 other studies and as a result showed that both paternal and maternal anxiety negatively impacted children. But it was noted that the maternal influence was greater. The working theory on why paternal anxiety results in better behaved kids with higher IQs is that maybe the fathers show better parental attunement to compensate for environmental risk factors caused by their depression and anxiety or their partner's depression and anxiety. You might be seeing more studies about this topic in 2024. Read this blog as well as many others at arbitragetrade.com/blog.
I don't remember how it started.
Go to that.
Oh boy.
Our back and forth. It always came back.
Dad!
You probably don't remember what you told me,
That was perfect.
but I heard every word.
It's time for the pick of the day, but it is a new feature called Throwback Thursday, where I review a past win or pick of the day in which our arbitrage algorithm signaled a possible uptrend. In this case, it was Heritage Insurance, or HRTG. The pick of the day was chosen before opening on September 12th, and it opened at $4.56. It ran to $6.70 on October 2nd, but it wasn't done. After coming back down and touching the RSI line, it bounced all the way up to $9.78 on November 27th. That was a 115% gain in 2.5 months. You're welcome. Make sure you listen to the Monday through Wednesday pick of the day. And then on Fridays, of course, we still have the Fall Down Fridays, where we pick the ones that are going the other way. We still are not financial advisors, and we still encourage you to do your own research. Arbitrage Trade Analytics LLC is a privately held research company. Arbitrage Trade Analytics LLC is solely responsible for the preparation and distribution of the contents of this podcast. The opinions offered in this podcast are for informational purposes only and are not intended to function as investment advice. Seek a duly licensed professional for investment advice. For more information about the informational research and services offered by Arbitrage Trade Analytics LLC, please visit arbitragetrade.com.